On Wednesday, we brought you the findings of a WorkSafeBC report into the death of wildfire fighter Devon Gale, which found several safety issues in BC Wildfire Services that led up to her death. Today, another report highlights yet again the safety shortcomings surrounding the death of 25-year-old Zak Muise. Zak was killed when his utility terrain vehicle rolled over. He had been working to fight the Donnie Creek wildfire. Now, for more, we're joined by CBC reporter Yasmine Ghania. Hi, Yasmine.
Hello.
So, Yasmine, tell us more about Zak and what led to his death.
Yeah, Zak Muise was loved by many. Originally from Ontario, he came from a big family, 5 older siblings, and the report says that he was in a utility terrain vehicle, as you said, also known as a UTV,
Right.
which hauls equipment, and he was with his supervisor while they were going to get fuel. And so as they were driving on this gravel road, a pickup truck was coming towards them. And so to avoid it, the UTV drove off the road through a ditch to take a detour that led back to their work site. Now, this report from WorkSafeBC was obtained by CBC News through an access to information request, and it redacted the names of the driver and the passenger. So we don't know who was driving. But anyways, it says there was a 4-meter drop on that road.
Wow.
And so the driver tried to brake but couldn't stop. And so the UTV rolled on the passenger side. The supervisor was injured. And of course, Muise was dead.
What are, I guess, some of the key findings of this latest WorkSafeBC report?
Yeah, the report found the BC Wildfire Service violated several sections of the occupational health and safety regulations. So, first thing is the fire service failed to ensure a pre-use inspection was completed on the UTV. And WorkSafeBC says if an inspection would have been completed, it likely the BC Wildfire Service would have found safety gaps. And that includes that the UTV was equipped with door netting on each side, but it was actually damaged. And so this netting, it was intended to reduce the probability of a person's head or limbs or torso being trapped between the UTV and the terrain in case of a rollover.
Okay.
But there was a quick release clip on the passenger side, and it was damaged and ineffective. The report also found that the fire service's off-road vehicle training program did not actually include UTVs. And the manual from the UTV manufacturer outlined that people need to wear helmets while in those UTVs, and those helmets are approved by the U.S. Department of Transportation. And the BC Wildfire Service was given 3 of those helmets, but the report found that they were not used on the day of the incident. And finally, the report found that the fire service did not provide any written procedures or policies specifically about the operation of UTVs, even though they were required to do so.
Okay. And I mean, it sounds similar to with the case we were talking about yesterday. Just a number, no one thing was responsible, but a number of systematic problems. BC Wildfire Service has once again been cited for numerous safety issues leading to a young wildfire fighter's death. Has there been a response from them yet to this latest report?
Yeah, so Minister of Forest Bruce Ralston, who is responsible for the BC Wildfire Service, he has yet to do an interview with CBC News,
Right.
even though the requests are out there. But his ministry says that training has been expanded to ensure supervisors and staff have training specifically on the operation of UTVs. And it also says inspections of those vehicles are being required now before they are used. Ralston said in a statement that the safety of crew members is the first priority.
Do we know if any other incidents are being investigated right now that are connected to BC Wildfire Services?
We're not aware of any besides these 2 deaths of, as you said, Devon Gale and now Zak Muise. But in general, WorkSafe says these reports are intended to ensure that employers know what led to the circumstances and for these incidents to never happen again in the future.
Yasmine, thanks so much for expanding on this for us today. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Yasmine Ghania, CBC reporter with us here in Vancouver.